Welcome back to Open Line. We are talking about abortion in Tennessee, abortion laws that are already on the books, abortion laws that are being proposed. The legislature this session, happy to have with us people on both sides, Representative Sherry Jones and Representative Susan Lynn. And let's go to the phones. Let's go to David. Hello, David.
Yes. Hey, good evening. I want to give you my opinion on abortion. I think, okay, if I was governor, the baby don't deserve this. I just think it should never be illegal because, to me, it's just plain murder. And y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Certainly a lot of people would feel that way, and I appreciate you for calling in. We encourage others to call in, whatever position you have, whatever comment you have. I want to ask about where, again, we are. You threw out numbers, about 12,000 something
300, yes,
abortions
70.
last year in Tennessee.
Yes.
So are we trending upward or downward? What about 5 years ago?
Yeah, we're actually trending downwards, and the trend isn't totally understood yet, but it is thought that maybe the morning after pill or something like that would be contributing to the downward trend. It's only speculative. It's hard to know.
What do you think?
I think the same thing. I think that we're not really sure, but we are going down. And, you know, if we make birth control easily attained and, you know, you let children know how babies actually get here, then it'll probably go down further.
How many places can one get an abortion now as opposed to 5 years ago or 10 years ago?
Wow. I don't know the number, but it's not many.
I know that there's 7 abortion clinics in Tennessee that specialize in abortion, and then hospitals will do abortions generally for emergencies, and then also some doctors' offices will perform abortions.
So we don't. Could you get a number? When you say some doctors' offices, it's hard to really know.
Right. You know, a doctor takes the Hippocratic Oath to support life and all of that, so a lot of doctors don't like to advertise that they perform abortions.
Mm-hmm. But maybe 7 clinics, and what I've heard is the number is going down, which makes it harder. You know, harder, or they're less accessible. And I don't know if that's provable, if that's in fact true, or if it's not true. But do you know, do you have a thought on that?
I do not know. I do not know, and I really haven't heard anybody say for sure that there's any sort of data on that at all to tell us why. Okay,
let's go to Edna. Hello, Edna.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
I am an advocate of a woman being who she wants to be and doing what she wants to do. It's her body. Government has nothing to do with what she does with it, especially a man. No man has the right to sit up and tell a woman that she cannot have an abortion. She knows what her livelihood is. She knows what she can do. She knows whether or not she can take care of another baby. I'm finished.
Thank you.
Been right to the point.
Yes. Well, thank you for the call. And I didn't ask either one of you to comment on the last caller, which was the opposite side of that. But each one of you can comment on the last 2 calls. I mean, they both bring up points there.
Well, the fact is, government tells you what you can do with your body all the time. You can't kill yourself. You can't drink and drive. You can't take illegal drugs. You can't take someone else's prescription drugs. The government tells you all the time what you can do with your body. So I dismiss that argument.
Okay.
I don't dismiss that argument at all, because once you go through with a pregnancy, you've got another person to take care of. You've got another life that you're responsible for. And as far as the state goes, the state is looking at a big financial investment in all of that, because more than likely they're going to be taking care of that child. Because if you've come to a point where you think you need to have an abortion, there are reasons. And if there's not a significant other, if you are low income, there are just reasons why people do not want to go through with pregnancies. And it costs us a lot of money in the state for us to support children that have to come in to this world and are not wanted. And then you start getting into the DCS stuff, where if you don't want a kid, they're going to wind up in DCS, or you don't want your kid and somebody's beating them up or abusing them. I can't tolerate all of that, and we don't need to force people to have children that they're not going to love and want.
But you know, Sherry, I just don't agree that every child that ever ends up in DCS is a child that should have been aborted or
I didn't say
would have
that.
been aborted.
I didn't say
just
that.
do not agree with that at all. And you know, since abortion has been made legal, 615,000 babies have been aborted in Tennessee, 57 million nationally. Those numbers are frightening. That is more than the population of Canada. If we wiped out all of Canada right now, we still wouldn't reach the number of abortions that there have been.
I want to make clear that I did not say every child that came through DCS was a product of a pregnancy that somebody wanted to abort.
Clearly they
I did
weren't.
not say that.
And they're not going to be.
Well, you don't know. You're just guessing. So you don't know. But the kids that go through DCS are in terrible situations all the time, if not because of the situation they're in, then because they've come in contact with DCS. And DCS is not a department that I'm very proud of.
They certainly have had a hard time, but I don't see that relates in any way to abortion at all. And there's many people who decided to have their baby, and it was the most wonderful thing in the world. Almost everybody, it's the most wonderful thing in the world to have a family and
But
to
Susan,
raise your children. And
they had a choice to do that. That's the bottom line.
well,
They chose to do
Lots of people
that.
feel that it's not a moral choice, that they feel that, you know what, I'm pregnant, the Lord has created this baby. You know, ask any couple who has ever struggled to conceive a baby. They will tell you that anybody can have sex, but only God can make a baby, and that is it.
Well, the caller also was happy it was two women talking about this, so we're glad that we have two women up here
Yes,
talking
absolutely.
about this. All right, let's, on both sides, obviously. Let's go to Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I have a comment here. The lady with the blonde hair, she has made no true issues at all. First of all, she said that, quote, that a woman or girl may have an abortion if she can't afford another child. Okay, this woman, this girl, cannot go down and get free birth control.
No?
She has made no sense at all. And to me, if you're 6 hours, 6 weeks, 6 months, it is murder.
Well,
Yep.
Okay.
and I believe that that's fine. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But you don't get free birth control. You pay for birth control. So most of the pregnancies are unplanned pregnancies. I think like half of them are unplanned pregnancies. So a little birth control, and if it was free, I'd be all for that, so that, you know, somebody who was sexually active and didn't want children didn't have to have them. But that's not the way it is.
And free birth control wouldn't prevent unplanned pregnancies.
Not if you can't count.
That does bring us to another bill that is outstanding right now, and I don't know the status of this bill, but Senator Dickerson, I believe, has a bill to allow any woman to get a prescription for birth control pills directly from a pharmacist rather than going in to see the physician. And you know, he says that there's evidence that that's safe enough. So that's an interesting bill. It would certainly make birth control more accessible for women.
Okay, that is interesting. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and I want to talk more about some of the laws that I guess are on the horizon. Things that may come up this session or next session, some of the laws out there that we'll be talking about. We'll take a break.
Okay.
If you want to call, there's the number, 615-737-PLUS, 615-737-7587. Back right after this.